Way, hey, hey! Hello! Can anybody hear me? Big ups in the chat if you can actually hear me speaking. Let's have a listen and see what happens. I don't know. I should hopefully, after this lag, are we actually getting anything? Yes! Thank you, Sasquatch. Yes! I actually got one of these this morning, so I could drill a hole in my head rather than having the Mr Wiggly loud Halo horn that kind of kicked off. I now just have it's actually kind of better to drill a hole in your head than have that thing going off right next to you. However, we put this down carefully without breaking my foot. Let's start that again, shall we? Hello and welcome. It's the Sunday live stream. It's number 26. We already have a technical issue because poor old Adam is having problems logging into the stream, which is, I thought that was the technical issue, not the fact that you couldn't actually hear me. So sorry for having watched me for like 2 minutes saying absolutely nothing for a while. Hopefully it was entertaining seeing me struggle. And thank you very, very much for everyone already in the chat. So what I was about to say was what I had been saying. Was welcome aboard to, do you know what? There's so many chats they've shot off the top. I can't actually remember who was in first. So I'm just going to say hello to Wagyu, BG Ollie, hey there. Azio Head, Inky, are you there? That's great. Thank you. Inky is our in charge of our moderation in the chat. So be nice to Inky at all times or she will kick you out. And she does this completely unpaid. It's absolutely wonderful. Keith in Watford, Sensian, Martin Taylor. Martin Taylor was pretty close, I think, up there, and as first in. And Robarth is there. Icing the Body Electric, Ben Breslin. Thank you all so much for joining us. It's really, really cool. We're going to wait to see if Adamski can actually make it in. Hopefully he will do soon. I think he's going to call in on his phone if all else fails. But the good news from last week was that we raised like another 80 quid or something absolutely crazy, for over 80 quid for the charity, for Loullamae's charity, which is Great Ormond Street Children's Hospital, mainly through super chats and donations that came through, which were absolutely brilliant, and I thank you so much. So I just want to do a quick run through of everyone who's donated so far. If I have missed you, I'm really sorry. I'm checking through everything already, so do let me know, or I'll be checking all the donations and stuff. But you do see the same names coming up again. And that's the first donation of today, which is really cool. So I'll run the thank you again. But as you can see, the Mr Wiggly super chat horn is working. And Kent Spong, my word, sir. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. £50. I mean, I was just saying the same the same names kind of come through every time. Kent has given so much money to Great Ormond Street. It's unbelievable. So thank you. I think a big round of applause. Lots of hearts, please, in the chat for Kent. And he gets this jingle because he's just brilliant. Kent Spong, can you tell me what's wrong? And because he's so amazingly good at donating and such an amazing guy, his name is already in this thank you for the donation. So here we go.
Hey, step inside, I give thanks and the highest praise. Ground myself to my earth, connect out the space within the hallways of the heart, the mind and the state of being that I am as I vibrate. At a ring, oscillate like quartz crystal, mama man. Earth brother, honor and solid is there. I'ma say our heart is the product of sun, so we'll let it shine away, overlap and envelop each other in love and light. Hey, simultaneously synchronized this energy, symbiotic and sacred geometry. Contemplate this imagery and this imagery as we integrate the knowledge. This wisdom, see what the symbols mean and bodies what the temple be. Where the life force energy resides in the chemistry. Bioelectric being the top and indefinitely. Receive and perceive to the physical machinery. Conceived by the source, recognize that it blessed be. Rolling and I can't breathe. Conscious living never hurt me. One love energy and sex.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. It's really touching. If you do a super chat, this enormous horn will fire off next to me. And luckily, our cat is up here, but he's gone deaf recently in the last sort of, I suppose, 5 months, our cat Frank. And so it doesn't bother him. And I have to say, he's a very chilled out puss cat since he kind of lost his hearing. So it really, it really doesn't matter to him. Anyway, so Adamski hasn't shown up yet. I'm sure he's trying to log in. I'm going to paste this link into the chat, into the YouTube chat. So if anyone wants to just come in and say hello, looking at you, Inky, if you want to come and say hello to everyone, but anyone can just come and join in. If you're on your phone, click that link. It will drop you in. You won't go live straight away, but I'll invite you in. You can come and have a quick chat and say hello and see what's going on. Tell us about your week, which would be really cool because it would save me just talking about nothing for a while. So there's a link in the YouTube chat. If you're not watching on YouTube, you're probably watching on Facebook, maybe on Twitch. Hop on over to the YouTube channel if you don't mind. Just search Mr Wiggly on YouTube, or I'm sure someone will paste it in. And that's where everyone kind of hangs out. We're all in the chat over here, so that's kind of cool. Thank you very much, Robath. So we're already at £60. Hearts in the chat for Robath. That's so kind of you. Little contribution from Holland for Loullamae's cause. That's absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much. And we haven't even done anything yet. I haven't even shown you what's been going on. Adamski A is an amazing guy. I really hope he is able to come on and chat to us today, because he's been on Ranzi's show, which, if you're not aware of it, is an ace show on Saturday on YouTube. Just search Ranzi. He talks about synths. It's kind of like us without the quiz, really. A lot more serious, and they know their stuff a lot more than we do, I think, over here. But he's been on there. It's kind of a long-form Saturday show about synths and all sorts, which is really good. Talking about all his work, and that's been cool. He's also been on the amazing Jamie Morden's show as well, talking about what he's been doing, which is basically building a synth from absolute scratch. He just decided, having come from a DJ background, to build a synth. I think the thought process was, and hopefully he'll be able to tell us about this at some stage, was that he would he was looking at modular. He wanted to kind of manufacture and have some kind of control over putting this thing together. And he thought, I'm going to build one. And his mate said, don't be ridiculous. Just build a modular thing, buy your oscillators, connect them all together, and it'll be fine. But he decided to build it from scratch, and he knew nothing about electronics at all. So really, like I said, I think I said in the blurb, he was armed only with a collection of YouTube videos and a lot of enthusiasm, basically. He's put together and delivered 2 prototypes, not 1, but 2. Oh, hello, Synthetic. Thank you, Synthetic, for the $10. Dom, also put some of this towards an on-air muted live for next time. Yeah, that's a really good idea. Man, I think what happened was that because Adam's not around, we were all running around trying to connect him, and I thought I'll just go live, and I hadn't actually switched anything. Well, I appreciate that, Synthetic, a lot. Thank you very much indeed. So he didn't really have that much to go with, really, apart from kind of an enthusiasm and a will to succeed. But he has actually built 2 synths, a kind of a bigger original planned 3 oscillator mono-synth, and a smaller, more cut down version, which is based around some of the similar boards. and I really want to play it to you, and we'll see. But anyway, we will come to that bit later if he turns in. If you're watching this, I guess I need to try and give him a shout. I will just send him a text to say try your phone, because otherwise we're going to be a bit stuck. I can't just talk about nothing. So if there's any questions for me in the chat, I'll put some background music on. There you go. Ask away. Hey, Geosynths, thanks for joining. I just mentioned your show. So Jamie is part of Geosynths, or he is Geosynths, really. And he's the first guy that originally was chatting to Adam. I will also paste in this super StreamYard link. So literally, if anyone is on their phone or they want to come and join us while we're waiting for Adam to join us, like Ray. Ray's in the chat. Hello, Ray. Man, Andrew Brooks, thank you so much. Oh, it's an absolute pleasure for plugging Ramsey's show. You don't have to pay me to plug Ramsey. It's absolutely fine. And here to save the day is Captain FM Synths himself, the wonderful Rob Puricelli. How are you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I've interrupted your Sunday. Are you excusing yourself from doing some work like last time?
So this is what I've been doing while I've been sat watching. Is I'm sorting out all my DX cartridges.
Oh man!
I've kind of had them all in little boxes, and I thought, I've got this because I bought Sonicware Live in FM, and it came in this really nice cardboard box. And I thought, that's even worse when you're in here, isn't it?
I wondered, because it's really bad here. 666 from Wagyu, thank you so much for the donation. But yeah, watch your ears. I'm amazed the cat's still here. I mean, there's deaf and there's like comatose, really, pussycats. That looks really awesome. Is it as good as it looks?
It's kind of sad, really, because I look at the prices of these things online. And I realised that in this box here, I've probably got a couple of grand's worth, which is just...
Wow.
But no, I'm not going to sell them.
No, exactly. I think I've got one maybe since I had my DX7. But BG Ollie was talking about a programmable cartridge for something, and I still haven't quite worked out what that was. Does that make sense?
I don't... Yeah, he's... What an amazing guy, by the way. I know he's in the chat, so I want to say thank you to him for sending me some freebies to test out on my MSX, and that was great fun. It was hotly anticipated. A little bit disappointed because some of the things didn't work as we expected them to, but we kind of know why now, so it's kind of helped. So, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, these are like MSX cartridges, the insides of them.
Okay.
With stuff on them.
For some reason, I thought they were plugging into DX7s or something. But yeah, no. If you missed BG Ollie's,
might do.
BG Ollie's appearance on this show a couple of weeks back, wind back and have a look. This guy, honestly, he's just too good at everything, really. He's an epic surfer as well as an amazing kind of electronics guru for arcade games and music and everything, really. And absolutely the nicest man in the world, to be honest. I mean,
horribly nice. You know, just make you sick kind of nice.
I mean, since his appearance on the show, I can see you, Adam. Yeah, come on in. Hang on a second.
Hey, I'll leave you.
Yeah, no worries. But yeah, no. Since his appearance on the show, he's hit up people like yourself and other people that have been on there. Saying, do you know what? I saw you were mentioning that you like these. I got something that's will help you out and whatever.
Yeah.
And he's just. Yeah, big love from us. Really, really, really amazing. Let's just bring in Adamski, make sure it's working. Adam, are you there?
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us? He's there. And we also have the amazing... Oh, sorry, mate. I think I just kicked you out instead of added you, or you just dropped out. Not. I'm sorry. This is getting far too confusing. Mr. Bath Sponge. I think I might have kicked you out instead of added you to the stream. Adam, can you hear me? Over. This is West Sussex calling.
We can't hear him.
No. Okay. And he's almost there. You can't hear us. Okay. Let me write a note.
Do you remember these things?
Oh, yeah, what's that? Yes, that's a mouth... Is it an Iwi?
It's a BC2.
It's a breath controller for a DX7.
Yeah.
We can see
horrible things.
Let me just. We can see you. It's such a shame. Adam is such a cool guy. I'm more thankful that he's less good at connecting to StreamYard than he is at making synths, to be fair, given the choice. Yeah, and Waku's saying he's not allowed. It took me 5 minutes to actually turn my sound on.
Hey, it happens to the best of us, mate.
Mr. Bath Sponge, would you be willing to click that join link again? Because obviously I'm not sure we're there yet, but hopefully he'll be able to hear us soon. La, 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 la. He's not muted, Inky. He's not making any sound. I can unmute him here. Yeah, no. What we need is Kent Spong to tell us what's wrong.
Yes, Kent. Come on.
Come on, get in here. Hang on a second. Let's run the Kent Spong. Tell us what's wrong.
Kent Spong, can you tell me what's wrong?
And here he is. Can you tell us what's wrong, please?
Absolutely everything. Where do you want me to start?
Hello, darling.
Hello, sweetie.
Are you all right?
I thought I'd come on because you didn't have me on this week, and you can't have a week go by without me on it.
I know. It's
You can do the whole show if you keep on donating so much to Loullamae's cause. You're very, very welcome to
No, I
appear
own
whenever you want.
Great Allman Street a lot.
Well, you're not the only one. I mean, I'm surprised. There's 2 or 3 people that have been in the chat have messaged me saying, "Oh, I'm so pleased that Loullamae is raising money for them. They've literally changed our lives, and they clearly touched a lot of lives, and are amazing." So no, but thank you.
No problem.
oh, we're getting.
We can see you.
We're getting somewhere with Adam.
No.
Because I really want to ask him some questions about those things.
Well, yeah, exactly. Let me see if I can put some text up on the screen. Oh, he's gone. Right. We can see you, Adam, but not hear you. There you go.
Yeah, for God's sake, don't get undressed, Adam.
I know, he's a good-looking fella.
Mrs Wiggly will be happy.
Oh, damn, Mrs. Wiggly's awake.
Oh, hello. Hello.
Oh, dear.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
so that's how we're doing
Fiona's
it.
downstairs. She's probably cheering him on as well.
Just when I give Mrs. Wiggly a mic as well.
Waving a tenner.
Dangerous. Dangerous.
Right? No. Oh.
No.
No, what's the question? No sound? I'd say try your phone. I mean, the guys in the chat saying try browsers. We did try a few, to be fair. You'd have thought we would have been a bit more organised. This is totally me, I think, rather than him. Let me just try and edit this. Say, try your phone. Sorry, guys, trying. Okay. Oh! Oh, he can hear us. That's the echo coming back, right?
He says, "Is this the new quiz?"
We have to guess what he's thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charades.
Yeah.
Synth charades.
Adamski says, put your hands on your head. All right, he's dropping off again, and he's back. Charades, that's a great idea, Sasquatch. Really, really good. Right, we'll see here. So I'm going to kick him out there.
Well, this isn't going quite how you planned, is it?
No, but it's nice to be amongst friends again. And it was an epic stream that you did on Friday.
Oh,
obviously not.
Yeah, because it
Because
didn't have
Kent
Kent
wasn't
on
on.
it. Yeah, it was
Yeah, I
marvellous.
was doing the whole thing from behind.
No, what
Pulling
a
the
fascinating
strings.
guy he was.
Yes, if anyone is watching that wasn't watching or didn't know about Pro Synth Network on a Friday, absolutely get on over to the Pro Synth Network Facebook group and watch their Pro Synth Network stream on YouTube on Friday, because that guy, where'd you start? Just an epic stream, which is still available to watch too.
And it's amazing when you look at how many instruments or other things that he speakers and headphones and software that he's had his hand in. It's just like, how can he do it? And they're so different. I mean, you can't tell an Axel Hartmann design because of all the other Axel Hartmann designs. You can tell because it's a really good design, but the similarities don't go beyond the manufacturer or the brand. It's just amazing.
And you had kind of, your question was a good one, where it's like, well, you kind of designed everyone's synth, so what's your competition? Do you know what I mean? It was like sort of poking out there saying, what's going on? I mean, he really had. I didn't realise this guy. I mean, what a fantastic niche to fill as well, and he clearly does it so well. But
he is the most amazing keyboard player as well. I mean, it's not good enough for him to just be one of the best designers. He's also really got chops.
Yeah,
Guy's got chops.
Yeah. Amazing musician. Well, it's good to know this is right up there with that live stream where Robert Vincent was off camera and you could hear him rummaging around in his shed for 7 minutes. I think we've done it. Job done.
Wow.
Oh, he'll be back again soon. Sure. Well, we'll wait. Let me just turn that try your phone thing off, because I'm sure he's seen it by now. We can do a bit of a quiz in a minute if nothing comes together. I've got a box of music quiz questions. The good news is that Kent is launching headlong into building the anaglyph. I think it's okay to say this, isn't it?
Yeah, unfortunately, I just spent another. This was pounds Friday ordering in a load of parts, load of bits and pieces to do the voice card prototyping. So I started a lot of that yesterday, and Fiona has a terrible headache now, listening to Sawtooth.
Not you.
Yeah, for a change.
A real one.
So, but I washed her car for her today as a thank you for putting up with the racket that was coming out of the front room.
Well, I mean, and actually, you're right, Martin. Robin Vincent has actually got COVID at the moment.
Yes.
And he's stuck in bed. We mentioned him earlier. And he's looking better today, which is great, but we wish him a very, very speedy recovery, because I know he was really suffering before.
I'm surprised COVID got past his flowery shirts. Not to put any virus off.
Is that the new defence?
Yeah, flowery shirts. And he does wear them all the time. They're amazing shirts.
Yes, it's true. No, and a wonderful YouTubing synthesizer broadcaster, whatever. So do get well soon. But yes, I mean, so it's a real thing. I know you may have been following Kent's anaglyph, enormous, incredible synth building kind of life, I suppose. And it's only been recently, I guess, that it's become a proper thing rather than I think I'll give that a go again kind of thing. So it's becoming a reality, I hope.
Yeah. Well, I haven't got as many distractions, because the first time I was building it, and I was going into it headlong. But my mum then got dementia, and I became a 24/7 carer, and everything went out the window.
Absolutely. Just hold your horses for a second. Is that an Adamski?
There he is.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yes. Told you Ken could fix it.
What?
Just his mere presence.
So I'm sitting here holding the phone. So you have to bear with me, people. If we get a bit of shakiness, just bear with me.
No worries. I think your thumb might be going over the microphone very slightly, because it's sort of fading in and
a
out.
A bit muffled. Yeah, it might need a bit of cleaning up. Job for you.
Yeah, I've got a toothbrush somewhere.
No worries.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for making the effort to be here. I mean, wow. There's so many.
I do apologise about that technical. Yeah,
it's not your fault. We left it till the last minute to test, and that's the first time I've had the StreamYard kind of fail. But it's so brilliant to see you. Absolutely brilliant to see you.
Thank you guys for having me on.
No, it's cool, and there's loads of people in the chat. So I think, are your batteries good, or have we got a rush?
I've got it on. I've got it on charge, so hopefully we'll be all good as long as it doesn't overheat and combust in my hand.
Okay, thank you so much. Well, you guys, you're very welcome to stick around and ask some questions, or you're very welcome to drop back to your FM. I mean, I leave it entirely up to you.
I'm not doing anything else.
Okay, so
Hello, Robbie.
Hi, mate, how you doing?
Hello, Ken. I'm doing well, thank you.
Good.
No, buddy.
I know Ken wants to ask you some stuff as well, about the specifics, which is really cool. But I mean, I guess from my point of view, I gave a little bit of an introduction, but most of it probably didn't come out either because my mic didn't work at the start for a good old 2 or 3 minutes because that's the nature of the stream today. But Adam's background is as a DJ through the kind of rave days, drum and bass days, and at some stage he basically decided to make the sounds that he heard and decided to build a synth from scratch, and everyone was kind of turning to him and saying, well, hang on, get into modular if you want, maybe, but you're a bit mad to do this, you don't know anything about making synths or electronics or anything for that matter. But pretty much with a bunch of YouTube kind of videos and playlists and a lot of enthusiasm, he has actually taken this dream and built 2 real synthesizers, a larger kind of the original planned version and a lighter cut down version that uses similar boards, which you can see there. So they are in prototype stage, they exist as real things, and Adam will say, it still needs a little bit of work on this, or I haven't quite finished tweaking that or whatever, but fundamentally
Well, just lost you. Oh, there we go, we're back.
Yeah, that's okay. Fundamentally, they are ready for production, with some few tweaks in that nothing is ever completely finished. Now, he's been on Randy's show, he's been on Jamie's show, and I don't particularly want to go over all the old ground of those. One of the main reasons for getting one was he's a really nice guy, and Kent also wanted to have a quick chat with him as well. But the other main reason is to really just try and up the profile and look around ways in which they can be taken from prototype to reality. So whether that's crowdfunding, whether that's raising some investment, whether they're ready, I guess, which is maybe where Kent's coming from, and is it possible to build them in a way that that works, and all this kind of stuff, because there are so many people in the chat on previous things saying, well, I'll buy one. I want one, because they sound amazing. I'll line up a couple of YouTube videos and just show you how these things sound. Let me just pop over and see if I can do that. I'll do that in a second when you're chatting to Ken, just to get these things going. But they are 3 oscillator monophonic synths. Pardon?
One of them is. One's a 2 oscillator, one's 3.
Okay, and they're just brilliant. They really are brilliant. So, can you give us a little bit of an insight into the history of what I gave a very brief kind of chat about, that you started there and you've ended up here, but there's a lot missing. A quick kind of 2-minute summary of, I did it because of this, and this is why I did it.
Yeah. So as you've already mentioned, so basically, I kind of heard, we had a bit of a resurgence of analog synths back in the early 2000s. I mean, before that, we had a lot of analog modeling. I owned quite a few, like the AN1X, the Nova, the stuff like that, and sort of touched on the virus. And there was a lot of sounds I wanted to use in my productions that weren't quite cutting the sort of the old kind of feel, and had that weight. If you listen to like some of the old reggae and sort of like dub reggae records, you feel how heavy the bass is and how big the B lines are. I wasn't quite getting that, and a lot of the electronic dance music was kind of becoming a lot of that sort of pumping compression sort of business, which was okay, but it just wasn't something which quite appealed to me. So I just wanted to be able to create something which gave sounds that nobody else had. And I just like I said, I spoke to a very good friend of mine, and he kind of said to me, well, if you kind of want to build a stream, wouldn't you be better sort of building a modular? It's kind of already there. You don't really need to do much. You don't really. And I kind of, I suppose, but with me, I'm a curious type of person. I just want to know how everything kind of works. Even looking at nature, looking at anatomy of animals and things like that. I'm a curious person. I like to find out these things. I don't kind of make things. So that's where it all kind of spawned from, really, I guess.
I mean, there's a massive difference between going, yeah, I think I'll never do that, and actually doing it. I think that's the most impressive thing. Excuse me.
There is. It was.
Sorry.
It was one of these things. Like I said, I kind of looked at a few YouTube videos which were online about, a few people done a few very small, simple DIY projects, and I tried to have a look at them and sort of try to copy some of the projects that had already been done. There was a guy who did a thing called the LDR synthesizer, which was basically a light dependent resistor on the filter. So you sort of cover it with something to take away the light, and that would basically bring the cutoff, control the voltage of the cutoff. I thought that was quite an interesting little thing, and so I gave that a go, the circuit, and then I started to work out the elements of that circuit, and then I thought, well, I wonder if I could try and put something like this together myself. So I tried it and failed, believe it or not.
That would have been me then. Yeah, I'm out. That's it. That's the end of the show for me.
I mean, another guy called Tia Grinder who did his own Jupiter 8. And I kind of thought to myself, wow, if this guy's able to produce his own Jupiter 8, surely it's not impossible. Again, I tried to half study what he had done. He had a few resources on a website it used to be called the Muff Wiggler. I think it's now called the Muff Wiggler, if anybody's familiar with that. So I looked at kind of how he made his exponential converter, which I wasn't quite sure that was an essential component needed for voltage control of an oscillator, because I think a lot of people are not, if you're not really quite on the ball with this, it's quite difficult to distinguish what's an oscillator and what's a voltage controlled oscillator. They're two separate things.
Got you.
The voltage control controls the oscillator. Then you have the VCO.
Yeah, which keeps it in tune, right? I mean, I think, and just even touching on this, right? We haven't even talked about transistors or resistors. I mean, as soon as you open the book, not that there is even a book that exists, this thing is so complex, so complex. Just simple things like keeping it in tune. I mean, there's a reason why we still only get 6 or 8 voice monophonic synths, and I think there was a chat actually. I think you guys were chatting about, why don't we get 16 voice, 24 voice, analog synths? And there is, it's doubling up everything. Everything gets twice as hot. It's just this sort of, there are limitations to this stuff that makes it work. But again, it's a massive leap from kind of, it's sort of a look mum no computer oscillator at the beginning to what's sitting behind you, which is incredible. Let me just pop up this sound if I can. Let us see if this will work. I will try and share this screen. Give me 1 second. There we go. Now I think, tell me if you don't hear this, but... Is that working?
Yes.
Yep. So that's arpeggios, and this is... This is the one that gets me. It's huge. It's got, reverb and effects on it, but it's just, the source sound is a monster. Wow. I just realised how much low end there was on this. If you're listening on a phone... And I just got to say... This isn't this synth here playing. This is this massive breadboard wires here that's making that noise, and that's the bit that you suddenly go, "Geez, it's just incredible what you've managed to put together." And I guess this thing's just controlling it, right? I mean, it's just a monster sound. Yeah. And so that what date was this? This is 2017. Wow. So this is 4 years ago. Yeah. Is that what that's it, as it existed in 2017, right? So you've taken it from here now and got it into casing and.
Yeah, but it wasn't only that. I mean, basically, I drew schematics up of. I sort of had to learn the sort of CAD software like KiCad, Eagle. I ended up getting on with KiCad better than Eagle, and I sort of reached out to a guy who was able to actually convert those schematics to PCBs, sent off the Gerber files, and got a few PCBs printed. So each module, if you can see that on the camera,
yeah, totally,
yeah. So inside each sort of separate part is basically down to one board, because the problem is if I'd done it all on one board and there was one mistake or a few big mistakes, it would have been very costly.
Gotcha.
And it was slightly cheaper to do them on sort of smaller boards. So we have
oh, so you're having to go through it, right? So I've got some stuff lined up that you actually sent me. They're probably not quite in the right order, but when you're talking about designing this stuff up, so I don't know what year is this. This is back in 2017. So this is what you were using to actually design the layout of the design the circuit itself, right? So is this a CAD, some kind of CAD, KiCad, right? Or KiCad?
So this is KiCad. This is a software that you use to basically take your circuits and put them into a schematic format. So you need to go through the schematic format first of all, and then you put that onto a PCB.
Right.
format.
So you've literally done a sync option there. That's a sub oscillator.
Yeah.
And then I've got this, which is your prototype of the way the front panel looks. So presumably this is later on in the development.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah. So basically, again, I reached out to somebody who was able to design a front panel for me. I drew everything out by hand. This is kind of how I wanted it. So he's basically done it in a printed graphic format.
Gotcha.
And unfortunately, I lost contact with the guy. And by that time, I had some modifications that I needed to make, and I was unable to make those modifications.
Oh, man.
In the meantime, I met up with another person who was able to kind of like redo some of those the graphics for me. I was able to print out this bad boy, if you can see that at all.
Yeah, absolutely. That's amazing.
So basically, again, this is Kent might know a little bit as to why I've done this. I watched the show the other day where he talked about the anaglyph. So basically, what I'd done was had it printed out in the proper size, and then had that laminated, and then we mounted that on perspex. So, and then just to make sure concept actually works before you go to real material, which is going to cost you real money and will leave your pocket feeling really empty.
Yeah. So it's, man. All right. So we'll come to Kent in just a sec, because there's a couple more to show, I think. So you've moved it on to making it out of hardboard. These are just some basically some photos that Adam sent through at the beginning, which is still a league ahead of what I could do. You haven't even burred the edges of the board. Crazy. I'll be there with no more nails and a hammer. You know what I mean? Just trying to make this thing go. That's a prototype chassis, which is probably what it looks like now, I'm guessing.
Well, I think that was the O2. Yes.
That is when you were starting to breadboard. So I think that's an Arduino-based MIDI to CV device that you've built.
Yeah, that was a circuit that I picked up online, and I sort of had a go at it when I first wanted to get voltage control to my oscillators, which were on the breadboard.
So when you're taking this stuff, just as a little side question, so you've got something sitting on a breadboard like that. It doesn't look like that on the PCB at all, does it? Right? That's the challenge. Take it from there and then lay it out onto PCB that actually works. Yeah. Wow. Okay. And does KiCad do that quite cleverly, or is there a lot of head scratching?
So basically, it will remember. It's quite a complicated piece of software. You know how with like say for instance, you're going to use Cubase.
Yeah.
When you hit Cubase, you look at Cubase and say to yourself, "Well, I just want to be able to sequence or produce my track." But when you go through the menus and you go through the options, there's so much to learn within that. And it's almost like the learning curve is to try and learn the software first before you start being creative.
Gotcha.
And start getting to where you need to get. This is the sort of challenge I have with KiCad.
On a PCB, you can't have wires going over each other. That's the bottom line. So you've got to try and keep them short and everything, but you can't read them like that. Here's a picture of you working. Oh no, hang on a minute. That's not. Here's a picture of you with another breadboard, which is so there's your early oscillator designs, which just I mean that's just a breadboard and a half. You know, you could you could encase that in plastic, really, and just sell it as it is.
It's funny enough, somebody actually did suggest that to me. Drop a load of epoxy over it and leave it.
Yeah, exactly.
For 50 years.
It's done. And there's a last couple that is insane. I mean, yeah, I wrote the caption and I couldn't think of anything else other than insane. I mean, it's absolutely brilliant. I don't know what that actually is. I guess that's the whole thing working, is it?
It's still connected.
You are, yeah. We can hear you. Well, you've dropped out to a funny... Your video's a bit weird, but I can hear you. Nope. No, you haven't. So if you can hear me, dial back in, because you're looking a bit weird. I'm sure dialing in will fix it. The last one is the prototype boards that Adam was just mentioning, which so he's now finally boiled them down to this. And I think what he was saying before is he tried to keep the board small, so if he gets them wrong, he hasn't destroyed the entire thing. Pretty amazing. What do you think about that then, Kent?
Yeah, that's pretty sweet, isn't it? There's a lot of similarities between what he's done and what I'm doing next week. So, and things that I've done the first time around as well. So, because I think it's the only sensible way to do it.
Yeah, you just hey Adam, thanks for dialing back. You just missed that Kent was just saying it's very similar to what he's doing this week and what he's done in the past. What I was about to say was you've got the experience, I'm guessing, Kent, a little bit more, and you've just come from YouTube videos. I mean, it's phenomenal. I mean, it's obviously taken you a while to get there, but
you'd be surprised.
So can I just clarify for my own personal satisfaction here, Adam? Before you started doing this, what was the sum total of your synthesizer building experience?
0.
Get out of here, mate.
Seriously, it's amazing, isn't it?
That's amazing. Yeah, it really is.
Lots of love in the chat. I mean, just amazing.
Stunning.
Well, get the applause ready, because it's technically the same for me as well.
Go on, do it again. Oh.
No. Actually, you're probably right the second time, actually, yeah.
Very naff laughter. No,
So I had this plan when I was a kid, right? Sorry, that I wanted to build a Hofner violin bass because I was a huge Beatles fan and I wanted to be Paul McCartney. And I thought, how difficult could it be to build a guitar? It's essentially a box with a stick on the end and some strings, really, in it. And, you know, I was like 7 or 8 years old and, I failed miserably. But, you know, so to see what you've done, mate, is just mind-blowing. Isn't it? It's mind-blowing.
Absolutely incredible. And let's not forget, I mean, if people are watching this, your choices are kind of crowdfund, raising finance, all this kind of stuff. And not to mention the fact that you've never built anything from this stage before. So this is yet another journey that is new to you, so you can go out and build it all completely wrong, distribute it wrong, do the wrong. I mean, it's frightening in some ways. It would be great if there was someone with experience at a product from this level forward was around, maybe saw this and got in touch and just could lend you some advice or some real world experience of how not to do it, actually, more than how to do it, just the pitfalls they've already fallen down. What were you saying there, Kent, with your the stuff that you're doing this week and how similar they are? So basically he's got it right.
Yeah, that's pretty much the best way of going about it, because there is more elegant ways of going about it, but it comes with a huge price tag, and this is the way to do it. Although the horse is bolted now, but what I would have suggested is that when you were breadboarding any ICs and stuff like that, you just use sockets and solder the sockets into the breadboard, so you can pull the chips out and back in and try different combinations and stuff like that. Because when they're in that breadboard, sometimes the connections are a bit iffy, and you think the circuit's not working. And it's actually, there's a couple of dodgy joints in the breadboard. From
that's
putting stuff in and taking.
Believe me, I have had that experience, but not only that, but like you say, there was a point where I was designing some of the circuits I've designed. I wasn't quite happy with them. So, say for instance, the wave folder, because at the end of the 03, it has a wave folder as well. And I was trying different transistors to see which transistors gave me the best voltage. And I kind of slowly learned that the lower gain transistors gave you the best folding rather than the higher gain transistors. But again, I've been able to pull them out and pop them in like Lego. I was able to discover that and say, right, okay, need to change.
Yeah.
And the same thing goes with when I sort of made the Steiner Parker filter, or my version of the Steiner Parker filters. Initially, the ladder uses diodes, but instead of using diodes, I used transistors in the diodes configuration, just like the 303 does.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah.
you're putting something called the base and the collector together, and having the emitter as the other, like behaving like the cathode or anode, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And it's something I could hear the difference within the resonance, especially within that resonance. I could hear the difference. It might not be obvious to other people, but it's like when people say to you, "Oh, you use two different components." I was like, "Oh, I can't hear the difference. You're just sort of like, snake oil or whatever, bruv."
Yeah. You think that, but the thing is that when these machines go out into the world, people really, really do listening to them, and in some cases, they're hearing things you didn't when you were building it as well.
They're
approaching it with a fresh, open mind, because we work on something very, very closely, and you think it's okay, and you think it sounds fine, and then you go, somebody play it, somebody else go, "Oh, mate, what's with that frequency up the top?" You go, "What frequency?" And you point it out, and you go, "Oh, yeah, okay."
Yeah.
This is why once they're done, hand them to somebody to try out.
Yeah.
Who just plays, uses synthesizers, but had nothing to do with the development of it, and they will listen to it in a completely open-eared way. And
also, you're kind of working on it non-stop, so you're hearing it, and it's like working on a tune, and it really does make a difference. That little hi-hat you put in just before the chorus, the third chorus, it does make a difference subconsciously to people that listen to it.
100%. Having that attention to detail, it's not something everybody is blessed with, unfortunately. Well, not to say unfortunately, but it's just one of those things. It's like some people may, when you sort of used to be very self-critical about writing your music, and you sort of keep going back on it, keep changing parts, and then you may step back and say to yourself, how many people are actually going to pick up how much work I've actually put into this? How important is it? Do you see where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
But I always believe that it's very hard to quantify that. But if you're looking at music, unless you think it's absolutely the best thing that you've ever done then other people won't think it's that good either. Do you know what I mean? And you can miss tunes, you can do something, and this is the same applies to making stuff as well. But you can do something, and then someone will go, "Do you know what, mate? Don't chuck that away. It's really, really good," and you can see it in a new light. Yeah. But if you're going to say, "I just made this," but it's nearly there. It's nowhere near there. Do you know what I mean? It's like someone else is not going to hear it with your ears. If you can spot faults with it, and it all adds up to being the difference between a 2600 and a microbrute or whatever. Do you know what I mean? There's an instant quality to even those videos that makes you go, "Ooh," because it's not a sound that you expect to come out of the speakers when you watch it. It really isn't, and I think that's what's inspired everybody. Like Jamie's posting saying, the filter's sounding great, and he's so into them. His enthusiasm is absolutely brilliant. Thank you, Jamie, as well, because you're the reason that I met Adam. But it doesn't sound. It's like a singer with a small chap with an enormous voice doing opera, and you go, "That doesn't sound quite right." Do you know what I mean? And it has that effect. I don't know why. It might be because you used your transistors in a diode configuration, or it might not be, but something you did has obviously triggered that response,
Yeah, because with filters, for instance, people will go one way or the other. So if they're either going to go all diode and go, "It's a Steiner Parker filter," or go transistors and go, "It's a Moog ladder filter." But when you mix two together, you can have the high singing resonance of the Steiner Parker, and you can have the low down bottom end grunt of the Moog filter by simply mixing the two disciplines together. So it's cool. I hadn't thought of that. I'm going to nick that. You heard it.
So that's what you meant when you say that's what you're doing this week.
Yeah, I'm going to clone his.
Welcome, Uli Spong.
Yeah.
Oh, dear,
I can even do the German accent even. So be careful there.
Is Faith around, or is she going to join us for a quiz, do you think?
I shall organise Faith as soon as I can, if that's okay. I may need to dial out and come back in again, because
that's all right, because we can do a quiz or whenever you want. If you want to whip out and whip back again, that would be great, because we should do a quiz. If you want to drop out and come back, that'd be cool. All right, catch you in a minute.
Yes,
you in a
thanks, guys. See you in a
All
bit.
right, see you in a sec.
No, buddy.
Just as you disappear, can you ask what's the biggest barriers found through making it? We will ask that immediately. He's back.
I want to know if it's got
quiz.
MIDI.
Well, he's got a MIDI to CV converter.
What, an external
yeah.
box or built in?
It was external. I think it's built in now. In fact, Jamie might even know. But yeah, it's an Arduino-based MIDI to CV thing.
Oh, nice.
Coming over here, sweetheart. Mrs. Wiggly, can you remember this question, please?
What question?
What is the? That's all right. I'm going to jot it down. What is
He's
the
got
biggest
production
barrier?
assistants in it.
I know, isn't this great?
I know, it's not fair.
I'm gonna have to. Yeah, if I asked my missus to do that, it'd be like,
Making it right. But you won't come on camera though. That's the next thing. It's just on microphone. What I/O do his synths have? That is also another question. Hold on the questions just for a second. We're going to do a quiz. Oh,
Putty
look
cat.
at
Putty
that!
cat,
Hold
hey.
on, let me see. Oh, look at you!
Oh, look.
Oh, okay. You hide my face.
That is Frank the cat.
Oh, bless him.
Oh, bless him. Look at him, he's gorgeous.
I had a deaf cat once.
He wasn't deaf until very recently.
Yeah, yeah. She didn't go till.
He's
Yeah, mine
18
went very-
actually.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
literally 18 years old, and he does extremely well for 18.
My
She went-
my cat saw a good side of 23.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. He was a real mess by then, though. he really was.
They do. Yeah, they don't. When
They don't
get
age
old, they
very
get,
well. Yeah, they
No.
get too decrepit, and it becomes it's a 24/7
Yeah.
care
No,
package, really.
He's much more chilled than now. He can't hear because when Loullamae has her friends around and they're kind of running around the house and stuff and noises and stuff,
Yeah.
he used to come up and just sit with me, and now he just sleeps. It's brilliant. It's really good.
The cat that I had that went deaf went blind first, and so she used to meow all the time and almost like sonar, you know. And then she went deaf and she was buggered. That was it. She's like, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I'll just sit here then.
Well, anyone who gets through, I've just seen another super sticker. That probably means something's
Hey.
about to kick off. Anyone who gets through that, and he was here when it was firing off earlier, wasn't he? So he's definitely completely deaf. I wonder why that didn't fire off.
Or not bothered.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
exactly, yeah.
Because we're talking cat.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I don't think that was because of the sound, was it? I think that was literally that he wasn't so happy sitting there. We got a new camera going on for Loullamae today, which I think is working pretty well.
Yes. Yes, it's very good.
Oh, that's all good. Right, do you want to get your headphones on, Pickle? We'll just wait for Adamski to come back in with his wonderful daughter Faith, who is 8 years old, but nearly 9, so pretty much a year less than Loullamae. Try to undo these.
Do you want me to bug out now so you can do your quiz with Adam?
Yeah.
You can if you wish, or you can stay and do the quiz. It's always entertaining. I mean,
Yeah,
there's
but I
some
never
more
get 'em in-
questions
I
to
never get
ask,
'em
right?
right.
You fibber. No, stick around. Unless you have somewhere to go, it'd be great. Be really good because you can
the
shout out the
agoraphobic
answers.
that's got somewhere to go. Right, okay.
Go on, stick around. You can tell Kent how
All
you
right.
got them all right. Sorry, you can tell Ty how you got them all right. Okay, headphones on, eyes down. Can we hear you on the microphone? Test 1, 2.
Hello.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Sounding good.
Should I use this in it?
You can use that in it as well.
Yay.
Everyone in the chat, if you're new, this is Loullamae's wonderful 9-year-old quiz, which was the idea for raising the money for Great Ormond Street in the first place, where Loullamae writes the questions and it's open to all. You kind of have to be a bit telepathic to get the answers. You'll understand kind of when the quiz kicks off. But it is open to everyone in the chat. Just bear in mind that there is a delay on the chat as it arrives here, and what you see in the chat may not be at the same order as we see, and you need to be sorting comments, view all comments rather than view top comments. And hello, hi Faith, how are you?
Good.
Can you hear us okay?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Hi.
This is Loullamae, who is, I think, a tiny little bit older than you by about a year almost. So she's nearly 10. I think you're nearly 9, aren't you? And you've got some questions as well, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be so cool. So Robbie is in the top corner, and he's not very good at quizzes. And Kent is in the bottom corner, and he's very good and very competitive as well. So we have to be careful about him. And everyone in the chat, you can see the chat down the right-hand side of your screen, I think, or at the bottom of your phone, maybe. It depends how it's working for you, Adam. But that's a kind of amalgam of all the chats.
I don't have nothing, unfortunately, on the mic.
All right, no worries. I'll shout it out for you. Okay, so we'll do a couple of questions from Loullamae, and then we'll come over to your questions then, Faith, okay? All right. Everybody ready? Stand by. Yeah, you ready, Loullamae? Yeah. Okie doke. Okay.
What colour are my toenails?
Oh, what do you think, Faith? Burgundy?
I need to check the answers, actually. No. What colour? Actually, for people who are watching or listening, what colour are your toenails?
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch got it. We have Mrs. Wiggly in the background. Yeah, Sasquatch. There's
has got
two
one.
colours. So Sasquatch has got the first colour. Well done, Sasquatch.
My favourite colour.
There's another colour though.
Yeah.
Shout it out.
Yellow?
No. Lemon?
Yeah.
No. Sorry, did you say yellow? Shout it out. No, it's not yellow. Think of Halloween colours. Spooky, dark colours.
Say green.
No, it's not green.
It's not green. Don't say green.
Just think. What did you say?
Oh, someone got it.
Oh, who got it?
Wagyu.
Who got it? Wagyu got it. Wagyu got it. It's black. Did you say black by any chance? I think you might have said black. Did you say it?
I said black, yeah.
I thought so. It wasn't quite loud enough to come through. In which case, Mrs. Wiggly, a point for Adam and the wonderful Faith. That's fantastic. Yeah, you got to shout it really loud. You got to go black.
I was trying to get Faith to win that point for us, for the team.
Okay.
That's right.
Second question.
It's a bonus question.
Oh, is it? It's a bonus question. Oh no, that's too hard. We'll come back to that one at the bonus at the end. All right, that's going to be too much.
What did I have for dinner at Nan's house at my sleepover?
Ooh.
Fish finger
Roast
sandwich.
dinner.
Say it louder.
Roast dinner.
No, we did have a roast dinner today. The sleepover was yesterday. Was it or the day before yesterday?
Margaritas
Thursday.
Margaritas? I don't think so.
with lime.
Chinese bacon.
Oh, what did you say, Faith?
Chinese bacon.
No, good one. Very, very good one. But no, that would have been lovely, actually. Fish and chips, sausage and mash. Icing the Body Electric has a very good way of spelling sausage. Crumpets with butter, followed by apple pie and ice cream.
Sounds nice.
Strangely specific.
I'm feeling hungry
Barbecue
now.
ribs. No.
Kent, think he said.
Kent said in
KFC.
No. There is actually a type of food that hasn't been mentioned at all,
Pizza.
I don't think. No.
Really?
No.
No.
Soup.
No.
Fajitas.
No.
Soup and grill.
Sorry, Adam.
Sorry, I said soup and grill. Okay.
Soup and grill. Yeah, no. Oh, well, getting
Toast.
close. To give him a clue. You think of a clue?
It's to do with fish.
There you go.
Fish.
Will Joseph.
Will Joseph.
Salmon.
Salmon.
Not posh salmon, just salmon. Oh, sorry. Right. I think it's time for Faith's question because this is the first, I think, actually, for a question like this. So, are you ready?
How old is my little sister?
Oh,
What?
how old is your little sister?
Oh.
Gosh, how old is your little sister? That I had a premonition that you'd be doing a question, which I lined up, but it wasn't that one. So that is a really cool question.
6.
5.
We can't see the answers, unfortunately.
Okay, so there's a 7, a 6, a 5, a 4, and a 3.
I said 5.
Loullamae said 5, a 2.
1.
No. Oh. We're going to give it, the answer is in months.
Oh,
Wow.
2 months.
8 months old.
8 months.
Higher.
5 months.
11 months.
14
12
months.
months.
10 months in the chat.
13 months.
18 months.
Mrs. Wiggly's entering now. 13 months from wedding.
15 months.
Higher. Are we higher or lower?
16 months.
482 days.
11 months from Will Joseph. 3 months, 2 days, 17 hours, and 6
You
minutes from
guys have,
Prometheus.
for some reason,
And 6 minutes.
we've got.
Very
Oh.
specific.
Yeah, we can hear you though. It just. Oh yeah, you're back
Oh.
again.
Oh.
Oh no, you got. Oh, we're never going to know.
We're never going to find out now.
Oh, you're back again.
We're back again, yes.
14 months from Will Joseph.
17 months.
from Sasquatch.
18 months.
19 months.
Yes.
20
Loullamae
months.
got it.
9.
Loullamae got it.
Loullamae's got it. Well done. Point for Loullamae.
Even when I'm cheating, I can't win.
How did you cheat that one?
Yeah, that's true. Ironically, I Sing the Body Electric said 17 furlongs if he'd only said months. Was it 17?
I think it was 19.
Was it 19?
19,
Oh, really? So
yeah.
Azio Head got 19, but I'm always worried Azio Head waits until he hears the answer. But he was the first in the chat, though, so I'll probably... There's a lot after it as well. I think Will Joseph should get something for saying 1. Really? I don't think so. I don't think so. Right. Would you
I
like...
said 1.
Yeah, exactly. Would you like another question or a Loullamae question? Faith,
Shall we
do
go
you want
Loullamae
another one?
first, really?
Yeah, Loullamae first
Yeah.
and then back to Faith. Okie dokie. Ready, Loullamae?
Can I do this one?
Yeah, if you want. Well, no, actually, we have to do that one after because it's not really a question. It's a fortune teller. So do the question. Ready? Dum dum dum. Ready?
There's a bonus one to this.
Okay. Let's have the first bit.
What is the best fish?
Oh, typo there. Look. This is kind of the telepathic bit, really. We just have to get the answer on the card.
Best fish. What to eat?
Is this
Or
kind of a
just the
jokey?
best fish?
Well, no, it was Loullamae's question. I wouldn't say it's a jokey
You just
thing.
asked me what's your favourite fish, and I said what my favourite
Yeah.
fish.
Okay.
Oh, I see. Goldfish.
Clownfish. Shark. Shark.
Swordfish, cod, megalodon shark.
Megalodon,
Megalodon.
I don't think anyone's gonna get it.
Redfish, halibut. One with chips.
Is it one you can buy from a shop?
Yeah, it's going to be a kind of reaction, I think, when you hear the answer.
Angelfish.
Starfish.
Smoked fish from Sasquatch. Original since it's jellyfish. Carp, says Inky. Actually, that would be mine. A crispy fish, a cod.
Is this water?
Yes, it is.
Rainbow trout.
Seahorse. And a live fish. Aquaman, says Original Sin. There isn't really a clue for this, is there, to be fair? There's a bonus question, though, isn't there? All right, so should we give this one away? What's the answer?
A little fish.
There you go. See? I told you it would be a.
Bonus.
Bonus question. Does it need a jingle for the bonus? A lot of groaning in the chat going on. Go with the bonus, and then it's back to Faith.
Where are we going tomorrow?
Ah, yes. This is to do with the answer to the previous question.
Fishing.
Almost.
Little fishing.
Not quite.
Chip shop.
Where else?
Chip shop.
You get fish there.
Yeah. For your pet fish.
Sasquatch.
Has he got it?
No, not
Sasquatch
yet.
has got it. He's on fire. It's the aquarium. We're going to the aquarium to see some fish tomorrow, which will be very, very super exciting. Right. It's the moment we've all been waiting for. Another question from the amazingly lovely Faith. So stand by 1 second. Can't wait for this one. Here we go.
What's the name of my best friend at school?
Name of your best friend at school.
Poppy.
Did you say Toffee?
Poppy.
Oh, sorry. Poppy? No.
Sophia.
I have to read out your chats. Alice from Wagyu.
Lucy.
Hannah. Claire. Alice.
George.
Eloise.
Oh, might be a boy. I've been assuming.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Oh, Jemima says Andrew Brooks. Derek says Ezio Head.
Charlie.
Bob.
And Anna, Rachel, Alyssa, Marilyn, Georgina, Jane, Desiree, Fred,
Max.
Jervis,
Margarita.
Tom Hanks. Just one either more. Tom Hanks.
Charlotte.
Bonita.
Georgie,
Bonita.
Maud, Martine, Audrey.
Con. Lila.
Is it an imaginary one? Someone says that's an interesting answer. Muriel, Beth, Sarah.
Ghost.
Is it boy or girl?
Well, we don't know.
Shall we give them a clue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which clue should I give them? 1 clue or 2 clues? Give them 1 clue first. It's a girl.
Okay.
Pepper.
That's a
Miss.
girl, not a pig.
Eda.
Susie, Connie, Grace, Ethel, Iris,
Holly.
Tigger.
Tabitha, Azamar,
Tinsel.
Tinsel, Hope,
Tinsel.
Chloe.
Charity, Chloe,
Bo.
Bethany.
Susanna, Tori, Eustace,
Tree.
Tree,
Lily.
That's rather a wooden answer.
Luli,
Okay. Shall we give them a clue?
Jemima. Yeah, do we have a first
First
letter or
letter.
something?
Okay, right. We're going to give you a clue. The first letter is J. Sometimes you find it in fragrances.
What's that?
The first letter is J, and sometimes
You find it in fragrances as an ingredient.
Jasmine.
Bang!
you find it as a flavour.
Jasmine.
Jasmine. Oh, Robbie got it.
Robbie!
Mr. Never Gets It. Got it.
Get in.
Faith, that was awesome. What a brilliant question.
Back of the net.
What a brilliant question.
Swoosh.
All right, have you got any more over there, Luna May? That's not a question, no. I think there's one.
Okay,
I would do this one because we've got more from Faith.
Okay.
All right. Okie doke. All right. Next question time. You're on.
What will I call my children when I am older?
Or maybe what will I call my child?
Okay, yeah. There's only one,
We only have one name at the moment.
not two.
Shush.
No.
I was going to say
Come here.
music.
Come here. Yeah.
Oi.
Oi.
Oi, yeah.
Matilda.
So you have a favourite name?
It's not common, I don't think.
Oh,
Not
I-
that common.
Not common.
It's not uncommon. It's definitely.
Beelzebub.
I
That's a
haven't
pretty
met
uncommon
anyone
name.
called it.
We've
No.
seen someone on. I can't. There's someone-
Berenice.
Poppy.
Wow. Poppy. You're pretty good, likely to get one right saying Poppy in this game.
Yeah,
But
it's
no,
like
not
saying
this
blue
time.
whale, isn't it?
Jemima.
Nope. We can give you a
Humpty.
clue. Do you wanna do
Handball.
it
We're not
first?
doing that
Handball.
show, are we? Handball, yeah.
The,
The
showing
round
our age.
window.
We are showing our
the
age,
first
mate.
letter
Yeah.
is M.
Say that again.
M.
First letter.
M.
M. For.
Marilyn.
Nope.
Meredith.
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 Matilda.
Marmaduke.
Mary.
No. Gosh, I'm surprised now.
Millicent.
Nope.
Mabel.
Not Molly. Not Mary. Not Marmalade. Not Mormal.
Oh, I have a clue. I have a clue.
Say that again.
Matilda?
Mildred. No. Nope.
I think she said Matilda.
No, Matilda, yeah.
Oh, Matilda. Nope.
I have
Marmite.
a
Either.
clue.
Marmite.
Do the clue. Okay, we've got another clue
Nobody
coming
likes
up.
her at school.
It's to do with music.
Oh.
Piano.
Mezza forte.
No.
What?
Metronome.
Memory Moog.
Modal.
Modal, yeah.
Yes,
Inky.
Inky. Yes, Inky.
Makes perfect sense.
Oh dear. Well done, Inky. Point to Inky, please. And also Sasquatch, but he was too late. It's far too late. Is there another faith question by any chance? Is there another one?
Challenge, haven't we?
Oh,
We've got
cool.
a challenge. Oh, or do we want to do the joke?
Yeah.
You want to do the joke?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
When is it okay to have a fish in your piano?
I know this, but I'm going to let you answer.
Oh, I'm going to say that to all of them.
I know this one, yeah.
When is it okay?
What?
When's it okay to have a fish in your piano?
Floppy music.
When yeah.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
when it's a tuner, Morgan. Oh, Inky. Oh, they've all got it.
Yes.
I think Inky might have been the first in the chat from this side. Good, Joe. Well done.
That's a good one, actually. I've
Very
never
good.
heard that before.
No, very, very good. Thank you. That was really cool. Do you want to do our one?
Okay.
Stand by. I'll give you another. I'll give you a WhatsApp. I forgot this one last time. Here we go.
What bear is the most considering?
Ah, no, condescending. What bear is the most condescending?
Oh.
Overbearing.
Oh, that's actually very good, but it's not the answer on the card, I'm afraid.
It's a piece of paper.
It's all the paper.
It's a piece of paper.
See, she's taking after me now.
Look, we've got another camera angle here. Look, we can go side cam.
Oh.
Bear is the
Where
most
is it?
condescending.
Where is it?
It's up there.
Where? Oh, it's hanging from the roof.
No, that's got to be thinking, that one.
That's how you said it.
Come on, Rob, you're on a roll.
Yeah, spring roll from last night.
What bear is the most condescending?
Unbearable. Yes, not quite there.
I'm going to kick myself.
Unbearable either. Good grief.
It's a very good one, unbearable, but no.
Yeah.
No. Let's try country music.
Well, I'll be plumb pickled if I can't figure it out. These possums are good eating.
A possibility from what is it?
Yeah, I wouldn't mention that one yet because it's not. It's kind of right. Someone's kind of said the right answer for the wrong reasons. So I'll give you.
Then it's the right answer, isn't it?
I kind of guess, yeah, it is the right answer. Do you want to tell everyone what the answer is, Lily?
A panda.
It's a panda.
Very good.
Really?
Very good. Panda. Very.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Really. Okay, so you have a challenge, I think you said, which is pretty exciting. So if it's like a question, let me lose
How
this.
many marbles is this jar?
Oh God.
20.
28.
27.
29.
21.
21.
My least favourite.
Can you call out the ones in the chat, please, Mrs. Wiggly?
42, 32,
100.
102,
there must be a
38,
17.
69, 23,
17.
We're keeping an eye on it.
37,
Ooh,
50,
Sympathetic.
23.
since
Synthetic.
45.
Synthetic
45.
45. Oh no, that's Rob. Synthetic. Well done, Synthetic.
45.
That's way more than I thought.
Yeah.
Good question. Thank you, Faye. That was incredible. 45. Wow. Man. Okay.
No, I didn't see that coming.
45. Wow. Okay, so point for Synthetics. Okay, so do you want to do your fortune teller? I guess with Faith then would be the way to do this. Let me just wipe the comment from the bottom. Jump. So I'll put Loullamae up first.
That's you.
That's me. Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Pick a number. 8, 12, 10 or 7.
It's just it's like a fortune teller thing, so there's no wrong answers.
7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pick a colour. Pink, blue, red or yellow.
Decisions. Yes.
Red.
Okay. Pick a colour. Red, pink, blue or yellow.
Yeah, shout it out.
Red.
Okay. You have to...
Can you hold it up?
Oh, you get to skip a turn.
Oh no, not skip a turn. Okay, pick a different colour.
Pick a different colour.
You got...
Red, yellow, pink or blue.
Yep.
Blue.
Okay, what do you have to do?
Okay, so this is like a fortune teller thing. Do you want to hold it up to the screen?
Do the chicken dance.
Oh. Okay, hold it back here. You have to do a chicken dance. I think both of you should do a chicken dance off. You can't expect Faith to do a chicken dance. And we can put that music on as well. So ready? Let me get you both up. Hold on 1 second. And here we go. Chicken dance.
How does a chicken dance?
Yeah.
Get the feeling I'm the only one
Partner by
dancing
the
here.
wing.
Robbie, I'm disappointed. There you go. That's it.
Somebody's going to gift that, aren't they?
Yeah.
Could be you.
Oh, you've frozen. You're probably not doing it.
It's frozen chicken.
Oh, that's got right. That's enough. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your wonderful chicken dancing. Excellent work.
Most resplendent.
Most resplendent. Thank you, Loullamae. That was epic.
That's what you got.
That's what I got. Yeah, I got that, didn't I?
You got two. You had the chicken dance and listen to music.
Is that? That's it, isn't it? I think we've done all the questions.
My favourite one is where is it?
You got one more? Oh, yes. Okay, I've even got a thing for that. So, last question of the quiz. Stand by, everybody. All right, here we go.
In the book.
What's in the box? Could you hold it up again, please?
Hold it up again. Okay.
Balloons.
Wow, it's a
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Air.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Air.
Come on, you must have seen the film. What's in the box?
There is still
Oh,
two items in the box.
Shoes.
Flowers.
Air.
Slippers.
Can you call the answers out, Mrs. Wiggly?
One of-
Another synth from Adam.
yeah, I was going to say that.
Volker.
Mr. Incredible.
You got Mr. Incredible.
Batteries. Ribbons.
Cuddly toy.
Yeah, teddy bear.
Early Christmas present.
A fondue set.
Is
Sweet.
it a shoe?
Carriage clock.
A Widdy Master.
Take a drink.
Take a drink, everyone.
This is Robbie's Christmas record.
Fireworks.
No.
What else is there?
Shall we give them a clue?
Xmas lights.
Biscuits.
Okay. You're kind of warm, Ken. Was that Ken who said biscuit?
Yeah.
Oh.
I always say
Right.
biscuits.
It's kind of, one of them is edible. Two of them are edible. One's kind of
Cake.
edible in a circuitry way.
I was going to say hamster, but
Edible in a circuitry kind of way.
Cat.
It's not edible or circuitry.
Oh.
You can't have cat.
It can. It's kind of connector, isn't it?
Yeah.
Popcorn.
Edible in a circuitry sort of way. I'm getting hungry.
Breadboard.
Breadboard. Very good.
Oh,
Is that right?
we are getting close.
Oh.
Yeah, get
Knife.
Toast.
Electrical toast.
Electrical toast.
There's some coming through. Jaffa cakes, cookies, an edible shoe, electrons, Schrodinger's cat.
Original Sim.
Chip.
Original Sim got one of them right.
Oh, you can see the chat. Excellent. Original. Where is he? There he is. Microchips. Of course it's microchips. So there's one more still left.
There we are. Can we see that?
Yep.
Was it microchip?
Bag of chips.
chips.
She was on Blankety Blank last night.
I'll show you afterwards. Something on the circuit board.
And there is one more thing inside as well, isn't there?
A cow.
The next one is an edible one.
Yeah.
It's still edible,
Inedible.
did you say?
Oh.
It's
Inedible.
Crocodile.
The last one is an edible.
Edible.
Isn't it?
but it's not a biscuit.
Twinkie.
Bag of crisps, fish and chips.
Bar of chocolate.
Twix.
Muffins.
Some
Cadbury's cream egg.
Marshmallows.
We don't have to be specific, but if we can give it a general term, what do you think it is?
Sweets.
Oh,
Smarties.
got it.
I got it. I got it. I got it.
What's that? Oh, Skittles.
I got the sweets. You ain't got.
Ah.
Yes. Well,
But
thank
did you actually say Skittles?
No, I said sweets, the generic word for Skittles.
I said food. So technically, I was right.
What did you say?
I said Smarties.
I said food.
Oh,
You'll
that's
see.
too
No.
generic. There's too generic there. You
Oh,
see.
really? Okay.
Thank you, Faith. Can I have a huge round of applause for Faith and for Loullamae in the chat, please, everybody? You did amazingly well. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Should we get back into the real world?
No.
No.
It's not going to happen, is it?
Right, come on, Lily.
It's bedtime for Luli, so
No,
head
mate.
off.
Yeah, when
Hang
you
on.
start showing feet, it's bedtime.
Yeah, it's no time for feet.
That's the first
Yeah, you
sign.
can bring Frank down. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
First sign of-
Bye-bye, everyone.
Take it, Adam.
Say bye to everyone, Faith.
Bye.
Bye, Faith. Thank you so much for coming on.
Right, you
I shall be back.
Okay, no worries. See you in a second.
Thank you.
I know. I told you to grab it.
Right. I think it's time for this one. Hang on.
I think.
There's a jingle for everything. I don't know if you caught the honker
Just a
going
bit.
off. But it went off just as I hit that, so it would have probably been muted from the chat. Thank you very, very, very much indeed, Andrew Brooks, for the £5 for Loullamae's fundraising. That's very, very kind of you, and thank you for thanking us for the quiz. Good night, sweetheart. What can I say? Yes, so Ken, I think it's up to you on the questions front, if there's any. I'm still fascinated by how you take something at this stage to being something that is built in a production sense, to be honest, which is this missing link. And I'd probably not so anaglyphy, is it? Because you're dealing with lower numbers, I think. I think
He's on mute. Everyone take a drink. He's on mute.
You're muted. You're muted.
But I didn't mute anything.
How weird. Oh, it's probably me then. I must have clicked
Ghosts.
something.
Ghosts. Yeah, because it's kind of more similar. I mean, to what Adam's doing is more similar to when I did the Imposter controller,
Right.
which small numbers with an actual view to selling them. Although we didn't sell very many of them.
And how did you gear up for that?
I'm trying to remember now.
Ooh.
That's better.
Thank you, Rob Fat Dust, for that. That's brilliant. £5. Oh yes, I managed to help Rob fix some synth bits this week. He's got Rocket. Are they Rockets? You have to tell me what they are, Rob. The KRK. I think they're called Rocket KRK.
Oh, the Rockets. Yeah.
Speakers, and a board blew up inside them. But they're actually off-the-shelf boards from Bang & Olufsen. They're power boards from Bang & Olufsen that you can buy for $100.
No sounded.
And they wanted like I don't know, $250 to repair them or something. But anyway, we found the boards, replaced them, and they work perfectly, which was surprising. Oh, he's back! Hurrah! Hey, welcome back. You missed a couple of honking great horns firing off in the background with lovely donations from my
No way
wonderful
to talk about your
chatters.
guests.
Speak for yourself.
Thank you so much. Faith is wonderful. Thank you so much for the questions and stuff. It's really, really good. Oh yeah, an Adam A77X. Anyway, so we were just kind of talking about how you get from where you are now back to what we were talking about before, which is to get it into production. And Kent was talking about the thing that he took into production, which was a front end wasn't it? So it was a front end for software, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a controller for the GeForce Imposter.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah,
And he was just about to tell us how he did it.
it was quite funny because everybody said it was far too expensive. Nobody was going to spend £800 on a controller, regardless of whether it was done in mahogany. And but what was funny was that there was a couple of them come up on Reverb for $4,500.
Wow.
Vindication. So, it just
Really?
took
Wow.
10 years. Yeah, I know, mad. I couldn't believe it when I saw it because it is just a dumb controller. So,
I do remember that. I do remember seeing that years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was the idiot that did it.
Responsible. Guilty.
No, it was quite interesting because that was kind of quite similar to the anaglyph in the sense of, we're going to do a controller. Do we make it for 150 quid? No, let's make it for £800 and make it out of diamonds and that kind of thing, which is really not required and not necessary. But yeah, a lot of people bought them. It's quite nice. I saw up on Eric Persin's page of him, he put up a video of him using his and all this sort of thing. I was going, oh, that's nice. So, and that's why I started to get the bug for building.
So how do you go about quantifying what you do? I mean, obviously you can look at the budgets, or I'm just a little lost, to be honest, because if either way you've got to work out the budgets that you need to take this forward, whether you do the route of crowdfunding, I guess, or whether you do the route of investment, or you.
Yeah, I think it was about what was the cheapest price you could produce each unit for. And that's, but without cutting corners, just finding places where you could get the same part and the same quality of part, but for less money, rather than go, we'll get something cheap and plasticky in there. And that was quite a road. So, but no, I'm interested in your sense, man. So, like, what is actually your core VCO in that?
So what is the core VCO? Well, it's I just wanted to, because that's something I haven't really explained. I haven't really sort of explained it. It's 100% sort of discrete analog parts. There's no sort of CEM chips. There's no, so basically what I have is a oscillator with a exponential converter, which is a kind of modification of the Roland.
No.
Roland what?
It was a modification. You dropped out, I'm afraid, mate. A modification of the.
A modification of the Roland Jupiter 8 exponential converter.
Oh, that's the right answer.
Oh, right, okay.
Stroke the sort of System 100, the sort of old System 100.
Yeah.
VCO, or should I say the exponential converter circuit. So that is the oscillator, basically, but there's all other sort of additional parts. I'm not sure if I have a PTB with me. Sorry about, I'm trying to hold the phone and do this. Yeah, there we go.
Cheers, Robot. Cheers, Robot. Thanks for coming through.
There we are. So that is the OP.
Oh no! That's a shame.
There is.
I think it's when you move the phone to show stuff, you disappear.
Yeah. I'm not getting it because it's kind of going opposite on me. I'm not quite used to this, but I'll get there.
I've got a picture of those somewhere as well.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
So that is
obviously without trying to give anything away, is it kind of like based around like the 3046?
3046.
Yeah, the 3046 transistor array.
No, it's LS318.
Oh, okay.
Linear Systems
Right.
LS318. They're quite high precision. They're quite expensive. Not overly expensive.
He's gone again. Oh man!
So
you need to have your.
Am I back again?
Yeah, you're dropping in and out. Unfortunately, you should have your tech conversation maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe more direct. It's a shame though. It's a real
Yeah.
shame. I mean, Yeah. So, what are your thoughts, Adam, on the next stage in terms of what you want to do? Because I know you're saying, well, it's not quite finished, you know, but it kind of is. It's close to being finished. I mean, what in an ideal world, where are you going? Just you get some investment and take it out and go into put together a manufacturing operation.
First of all, I'm just want to put the feelers out there and see how much interest. So I'm sort of in the process of setting up a small site. I'm going to sort of put out an email address soon. You can kind of sign up and just drop your email there, just to show your interest, and then I guess we will take it from there. Because I mean, one of my first challenges I need to sort of do is get one unit finished. I mean, at the moment, like I said, the laminated sort of thing, that's prototype. It's all prototype. The idea is to have a sort of a metal chassis with wooden sides, you know, everything nice, big potentiometers bolted down, no wobbly, cheaping out on any sort of like plasticky bits.
Gotcha. So that's back to what Sasquatch was saying when he was saying if you priced up straight or folded metal, printed screen rather than...
Not yet, because again, that's something I haven't done. I need to sort of like put, to get the graphics finished, get that finalized, and find out how much that will cost to print onto the onto the metal, get that metalwork finished. There's a few other bits, even the PCBs to go underneath the controls. Again, I'm going to kind of do that in a fashion where I do it bit by bit. So we have VCO1's controls on this, rather than do one massive PCB. It's all going to be separate sort of PCBs going underneath. So the good thing about that is that makes it again kind of into so I can integrate that into, say, an Advantage 04 system or Advantage 05, depending on how I decide to go with it.
Gotcha.
So we've got the core element on board, but basically that's kind of how the O2 was built on, except for the O2 uses different filters, and it has a few additions that the 03 doesn't have, where the 03 has, like at the moment, the 03 has a patch panel running at the top. Again, that's something I need to sort of price up, get all the circuits finished, get all the PCBs finished before I can start saying, right, it's going to cost X amount to have a complete unit. That is still to come. But like I said, I'm still on this bit of a learning journey on sort of getting all these bits finished.
I think it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Yeah, I'm just jumping the gun. I'm just going, well, yeah, but that's fine. It's done. I want one. Really, that's where I'm coming from. Forget about that stuff. Let's get some money and we can.
Because it was the same with the controller, because we found out that holes cost money.
Yeah.
We done 50 panels for the controller, and it was $7,500 for 50. Wow. And that's just the panels. You still got to build them, populate them, knobs, pots, wires, cables, blah 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 blah, and all the rest of it. And so the pricing can just go through the roof. But it's finding out what that final figure is for one complete unit, but using the various manufacturers that you're going to be using to create the bulk units, because that's then because that's a different price again, isn't it?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, it's all gonna need to be factored in. How much this going to cost for the metalwork, how much it's going to cost for the wood, the actual the printing, the hole drilling, everything. So there is quite a lot. I may be able to sort of put a synth together, but the business side is a completely different kettle of fish, which you need to be very careful because
Absolutely. Are there any boutique synth style manufacturers that it'd be worthwhile approaching who are genuinely nice people?
I can't mention any names. I did a few, or say just maybe under a year ago.
Right. Oh.
And we'll never know who they
are. He'll be back. He'll be back. He'll be back. Oh, you're back. You're back. You approached someone a year or so ago, and then we just at the money shot. No, he's gone again. Oh, no. Okay. Well, let's have a bet. Do you think it was a good experience or a bad experience?
Probably not.
I think it's a bad experience too. Oh, you're almost back.
Met with a degree of ambivalence.
Am I back again?
Yes. Yeah, there you go. So you went and approached someone. Yeah,
So
you're right.
basically, I approached someone, and the response was that they will take it under their company name, but I will be credited as the engineer, which wasn't quite what I kind of
No,
wanted. You see what
that's
I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's quite a hard initial take on something like that. Wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of par for the course, really.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I would have expected. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, also I did actually message a company as well, a big, quite well-known company. I'm not going to mention any names for legal reasons, shall we say? And their response was, we're not quite interested at the moment. I think it was the fact that it looked like it's something was going to cost a lot. It may have been hard for them to market. It wasn't quite what they were looking for. I mean, they were at the time they were pushing out a lot of polys as well, so it was quite a surprise. But having said that, I've kind of stepped away from that and kind of thought, well, actually, really, I kind of want to take on most of this myself. And with the people that I've, the good people that I've networked with so far, the likes of yourself, Kent, lots of guys in from the chat rooms, a few guys from, on the sort of the synth DIY sites and things like that. So, yeah, I think between the people that I've kind of picked up, I will be able to sort of, pull the whole package together at some point. It's not going to be fast, it's not going to be quick, but let's not rush these things. Like, I want this to be done properly.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, apparently Inky's got number 1 or serial number 001 anyway. So it's just this is great.
I'm just catching your cereal plate now, Inky.
Yeah, you know what? With the controller, everybody who was buying them said, "Oh, I want the first one."
Oh, really?
Hans said he wanted the first controller. And everybody was doing that, so we were doing loads of them with 0001, 0001, 0001 like that.
Fantastic.
So who did get the first one?
Well, the first one's in the garage.
Oh, and that's how it should be.
Exactly.
Yeah, rotted to the floor.
Oh no!
No, I highly recommend though, if you're in a position to do it, is to be able to manufacture and assemble as much of it as you possibly can yourself in your own environment. When you're making a product that people want, they will wait, and maybe a little bit of upfront, because it'll help you to buy the parts in. Because obviously, the more parts you can buy in bulk, the cheaper they are. Yeah. So then you start finding that's where your profit margin appears.
Yeah.
So it's horrible work, but it's kind of worth it in the end.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, also, I guess if you did a lower run of these original units and that improve the market, improve the brand, improve everything, then the next version could be more mass produced, I suppose.
100%.
And the original ones then go for thousands and thousands. Inky's one, she basically sells it and buys a big house, and then everyone's happy. It's all good. But no, I mean, yeah, if you can establish that market. Are there any manufacturers or synth companies around similar to where you're heading? Do you think is it a boutique type of?
I think so. Yes. I mean, I was kind of inspired by what some of my inspirations were companies like Dreadbox and Vermona. That sort of sound, and even Analog Solutions. That sort of sound that they had to their instruments, and when there was no sort of like corner cutting with how they produce things, and the quality actually came from not just the sound, the build, everything. It sort of spoke for itself. That's the kind of thing I'm sort of aiming for.
Yeah.
I wonder whether it'd be worth you speaking to Paul Selsby of Selsby Synthesizers, who makes these really, they are very, like, it's just him. And he does these really great, they're not so much the same sort of machines as you're doing, but he would have some real kind of knowledge and experience about, manufacturing and that kind of thing. Yeah, that because his stuff is bonkers, but it's really great, and it's just Paul that makes this stuff. And when you look at it on, he's at Synthfest and other shows. You'd think it came out of a factory, and it's clearly he's having these bits manufactured, and he puts them all together himself. It's might be worth dropping. Salisbury synthesizers. I'm sure. Just tell Paul I sent you.
At some point, that'd be great. Yeah.
The other guy is Aaron Courts at SCAT, who was an early guest on here, and they're not manufacturing synths, but they're manufacturing really high quality effects, right? Like they do a dub siren, they've just built a distortion box, low runs, but they're getting them all the panels pressed, really good actually, and they're UK based, really nice guy, just quite maverick and just going out there and doing it. Really,
it was the same with Tom when he got there was too much on. And he got me and Fiona to build machines for him.
Yeah, guys like Tom and even Philip at Modal, I'm sure they'd be really helpful, even if it's just giving advice of where to go and who to speak to, and it might open a door. If Philip Taysom can open the door for you, then you.
Oh, actually, Aaron's just popped up. So Space Cat Audio Technologies in the chat. Definitely need to connect you, but what you're saying is absolutely correct. And there are some nice people in the synth industry, that are very key. They may not be able to manufacture for you, but they're full of good advice and stuff. So, someone mentioned earlier, I popped up on the screen that they'd be interested in a kit, which is also another take, right? Or is that a nightmare in terms of support?
That's the thing. We briefly went down this road with a little pedal that we did before we did the controller. We did this little chorus pedal, and with the greatest respect to all the guys out there, some of them are morons and could electrocute themselves with a PP3 battery, because we were getting tech questions coming in by the millions. I don't understand, why doesn't this work? I put this thing in, when assembling and stuff like that, and we're making a pig's ear of the whole thing. And so it's all right if you've got a team of people who've got great patience and a gun license and get them to deal with the customers with some of the emails that come in. Some of them were just incredible, absolutely incredible.
Yeah, as I had saying, kit no support. I don't think that's even possible. Even if you say there's no support, their phone rings, right? I just think that you're invited.
Yeah, it still rings. Yeah.
Andrew Brooks says too right. That's why we come to you, Kent.
Yes. Yeah, and I make a pig's ear of it instead for them.
Oh man, is there anything that you want to get across, Adam? Because we had a bit of a flustered start, so obviously I need to post underneath this vid any links and stuff that you need. I guess the first thing is, how can people get in touch and leave you their email address and stuff whilst there's no site up? So anyone watching this, what do they do to say I'm interested?
Well, hopefully by the end of the week, I will have www.advantage-vantage-sims.com live.
Okie doke.
That's I'm in the process of doing that. So if people go there and sign up and just post their interest, because to be honest with you, this could be something which could be a limited run. I can't give away too much details, but it'd be good to see people sign up and sort of gauge, how much genuine interest there is, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah, it's like a fully refundable deposit at some stage, just to really gauge something about what's going on there. So can you spell that?
Yeah, so it's I've only just sort of dealt with that. So www.ad-vantage Sims synths.com.
Okie doke, and we'll put a link underneath the video as well afterwards. So that's not up yet, but it will be up this week. If anyone wants to know about what's going on, then just leave a comment underneath here in the next week or so, and I'll make sure everything gets connected when that's up and about, because you don't want to miss anyone who's watching this going, I definitely want to get one of these. Obviously Ink is in the first in the queue, but the 002 is still up for grabs, so and then in terms of what it does, or any help you might need or whatever, is there anything you want to kind of get across to the guys in the chat or people watching this at the moment?
Robbie might have might sort of know a little bit about this one. I mean, one of the unique things that I did that I've never really seen on any analog synthesizers was the FM side of it.
Okay.
Now with the FM side, there was a free. There is actually a video on this. It's a three-way cross FM. So basically, with the free oscillators, we sort of, if you think of them in sort of like an FM algorithm, where you have sort of your chain, your modulator, your carriers, and your modulation chain. We have the free oscillators, but I made the last one actually have a feedback loop. So the feedback loop again behaves like how you have it in a digital FM synthesizer. And again, that was something I've never seen in an analog synthesizer. It was something which I haven't seen anybody talk about, and I thought, oh, I'll give this a try because I can kind of figure out how and it really does give us, very interesting sort of timbres and effects. It's a very versatile machine. You can do strings, you can do bass, you can do percussions, you can do outworldly sound effects. I mean, it's we've coupled with the fact that you've got 2 filters on it, you've got 3 oscillators, you've got oscillator sync, everything. It's quite a complete package. I mean, it doesn't have a big digital side of it. There's no presets, which is, I wouldn't say it's a downside, because I think the fact that it doesn't have the presets invites you to come and try out everything hands-on. I think the thing is, when you have the presets there for you, you miss most of the synthesizer, because you just shift into a menu just to go and grab, oh, actually, that's pre-programmed for me. Let's try that out. And you miss the magic. There was a reason why I made it as big as it was, because it's one of these things. I mean, not trying to sort of downplay any sort of have all the clones of all synthesizers now coming out in these very small form factors. The thing is, people say, well, that's the clones are they sound very close to the original models, but to me, an instrument is not just the sound; it's the playing experience. It's the tangible hands-on playing experience. Do you see what I'm?
Absolutely.
So 100%.
It's not. Yeah. It's having that as well. It's all part of the experience. It's all. This is the thing. We had. I think it was a Todd's Dream. Thing which was supposed to be like a clone of a C80, wasn't it? But it's almost like a module. Anybody who's been behind the CS80 will know that what a CS80 is all about. It's not just about sound; it's that experience and being able to have that hands-on expressiveness.
Yeah, absolutely. No, the FM idea is really good. Yeah, because digital FM, as you see in DX synths and stuff, that's one thing, but doing FM with analog components is really interesting, and the feedback thing's very good, because that's what when Yamaha got hold of the Stanford patents from Dr. Chowning, it was the FM was kind of being done in a cross mod way, so you'd have an operator and a modulator, a carrier and a modulator, and you would take that and you would modulate this other carrier and modulator with that. So it was all kind of cross mod, and it limited what they could do with it. And when they discovered how to do feedback, where you could kind of self oscillate one of the operators, that just exponentially grew the capabilities of it. And so when you throw that into the mix, it really does juice things up. And if you've got the capability of doing that, I mean, there's FM on the polybrute, and it really, I mean, it goes bonkers if you go too far, and some people like bonkers. That's fantastic. But if you just bring a little bit in, it can really make a heck of a difference. So yeah, go for it.
I think, is that video the linear FMX mod? Is that relevant to what you were describing? Because I can pop that up. I think you can just see what I mean. Hang on, let's just see.
See, that's the thing with FM sounds.
And turn down a bit. That sounds great.
because it brings in all those extra harmonics and inharmonics as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And when you then slap that through a bit of effects, it really starts to.
That just sounds like proper. Sounds like this proper FM. This is great. That's straight off a Japan album. I just love the fact that this is a huge breadboard. I keep forgetting what we're watching is. It's just like... I missed a bit at the beginning. I don't know if we can. Okay, so this is
the other oscillators and just
see. There's Einstein.
There you go.
Kind of hear a little bit of a basic.
Yeah, just brilliant. It just sounds so big, honestly, every time you play something on this. And I know there's some reverb and some effects, but even when you take that off, it's a fat, large sound, which is just really surprising, you know. And there are plenty of fat, large sounding instruments around, but there's something about this that just kind of jumps out at you, which is pretty amazing.
Definitely.
Right. Does anyone have anything else? It's 9 o'clock. I mean, I could carry on for ages, but this is the longest ever Mr Wiggly show, and certainly the most excitingly geeky, synthy oriented show that we've ever done, which is fabulous. I love it.
The most shakiest start as well.
I know. Yeah. It's certainly a lot more exciting than me sitting here on my own saying, well, what Adam said was, you know, and if you have a look at this, here's a video of Adam doing this, and isn't it good? So thank you very much, Robbie and Kent, for jumping in. That's
I was going to be here
awesome. Anyway. Absolutely blinking awesome.
Yep.
Oh, June.
That's right.
If there's any questions from the chat or anything, but most of them I think have come in. Leave a note in the chat underneath this video if you want to be informed about any updates and stuff, and we'll make sure that everybody's connected. And it'd be great if you can get your website up and running. There's the YouTube channel, isn't there, which is probably the best thing to follow. Yeah. Let me just paste a link to that last video that I've just played. That's gone to the YouTube guys, so that will take you to the channel. And then we'll just tell everyone, keep everybody informed. Oh yeah, Wagyu says, Robbie, you just got the entire stream copywritten strike with your ringtone there.
Yeah, because what was that? I can't remember. Yeah,
that was Major Tom and all that.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That will be £72, please.
Yeah.
He's not going to spend it now, is he?
No, it's true.
Andrew just is asking, modules of the modules, any chance? Are you going to think about at some stage putting out just the filter or the...
Again, it's a bit of a question mark zone again. I have heard a lot of people ask for just for the filters, or even somebody. There was a guy called I think he's called Eddie Bergman. He kind of does a bit of synth DIY, and he's actually done his own module of the wave folder that I designed. It's a sort of like a four stage wave folder.
Right.
So he actually has done his own mod. But again, I kind of thought to myself, this is definitely something I could do. But I think first of all, I want to sort of do the big units, and then possibly go down that rabbit hole doing the Eurorack modules. If everything's
it's an interesting one, isn't it? Because I know because you can. I was speaking to Kent about this actually this week. Is whether you decide, right, I can raise money by building it in modules, because I can build the filter and I can build this and I can build that. And I think Aaron Courts at SCAT is doing that. So he's building a filter module and a sub bass module and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it would be lovely to have the anaglyph version, the proper, full-on version.
It does feel. It feels like, when people say, "Oh, how about do it in modules?" So you got the VCOs and you got the filters and in module form. And although that kind of makes perfect sense, especially business sense, because obviously you can sell more things that are cheaper. But it does feel like you're taking your child and chopping it up into little bits.
There's a thought I've had.
Yeah.
From the point of view of a designer. right? Nothing to do with Halloween or anything, sort of and all that. But
Better check the freezer.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yes.
It does feel a bit like that though.
I hear you.
That's fair enough. Synth Addicts, I may have missed it, but is it still planning multiple versions or just one unified Advantage? I believe it's 2 modules, isn't it? One big one, one smaller one. I think you've possibly frozen. But yeah, it's a 3M and a 2M.
Yeah. So basically
is that the 3 we were listening to just then?
Yeah, with the FM, yeah.
I want one.
So does everyone else.
No, honestly, I'll give you the money now, tonight. Straight up, I'll give you the money tonight. Give me a rough idea of what you think it's going to cost, and then I can add to it if it's going to be more than that.
You got to get
I
the queue behind
would
Inky.
definitely have one after Inky. I mean,
no pressure.
After Inky.
Okay.
0, Kent 002. Hold on.
Oh,
sneaked
in there actually. Yeah. Well, get him in there in case there's anything to fix if he gets number 2.
Because it looks like it's going to be another 6 months before I see an Osmos. So.
Really?
Oh, I think I can't even pre-order. You can't even pre-order them on the site at the full price. Never mind the crowdfund starter price.
Oh, Sasquatch is in for number 3, so that's fine. And Ken Lewis is feeling the love. So
we'll have to go over to the website and make our presence known.
Keith's going to swap.
They can see there's other interest. There's interest there already.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, honestly, everyone that I've heard and seen that demo, whether it's the Duran riff or just the sound of the bass oscillators, it's like no one ever goes, oh yeah, that's quite interesting. They just go, oh wow, okay, I really want one of those.
Because honest to God, hand on heart, when I first heard about this, I thought the sound that I thought I was going to hear was, a Transcendent 2000 type thing. Straight up, that kind of thing. It does lots of interesting things, but there wasn't a lot of welly behind it and stuff. And then I listened to these videos, and I'm going, holy hell, what? Where's my wallet? Where's my credit card?
Jan says it's after number 8. Oh, for good luck. Yeah, that makes sense. Good. All right. Well, listen, leave us some comments below if you want to stay in touch, or just PM me or drop me a message on YouTube or Facebook or whatever. You can hear Kent every few weeks on the ProSynth Network show on Fridays. You can see pretty much everything. You can see Robbie every Friday on the ProSynth Network, apart from the very old ones where he's queuing up outside record stores where I occasionally jump in. Which is and on Sundays as well.
Yeah.
It's been awesome. It's been really nice to talk about synths. I mean, the idea behind the Wiggly thing on Sunday was not really to do much music and synths and to just kind of do stupid quizzes and stuff, but it is nice to talk about synths once in a while, especially with someone that's so unique and has got such an amazing thing. It's just done a knockout product. Really, really cool. So thank you very much indeed.
Sweet.
Thanks also to everyone in the chat. And we've raised a ton more money as well for Great Ormond Street, which is really the point, which is absolutely fantastic. Thanks mainly to Kent as well, every single week. But all the other people is awesome. So thank you. I will see you next week. We're not sure. Nick Back keeps threatening to come on, but we can't time down for a date. So I'm not actually sure who's coming on next week. Might be him, might not be. We'll see how it all goes. But someone will be here. And Adam, I'd love to have you on again, as soon as we can get you on with any other news, really. So it'd be lovely to. When do you think you'll have a finished thing, a finished prototype, this mythical thing?
Again, it's one of these things. Two important words: time, money. I'm sort of a semi-single father. I sort of work part time, so funds are not exactly knocking my door down. So, I have to weigh up things. But again, if it's something I want to sort of maybe take to crowdsourcing, there is that possibility, I guess. But every day is unpredictable.
Sure. Yeah. I think it's an amazing thing that you've done.
Well, if you need help, I mean, honest to God help, not 10% of the company or any of that crap. Just if you need help, you want somebody to help you build boards or whatever it is, you know where I am. All right?
Yeah.
I'm saying this live, so I can't duck out of it. What am I doing?
You sign up this way.
That's it. No, true. I'm sure. Yeah, I'll be the same if there's anything I can help with.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Needs to be done. Awesome. And thank you for getting your lovely daughter on screen as well with a fantastic question. It's really, really ace. It really makes it special. Thank you. All right, guys. Thanks very much in the chat. See you same time, same place, 7 p.m. Sunday. Catch Robbie and the ProSynths Network on Friday. You can catch Jamie on, is it Wednesday? Thursday. Sorry, Jamie. Thursday night for Jamie. And Ramsey you can catch on Saturdays. So there's really no excuse for catching us somewhere. Kent's on all of them, so you'll be fine. You'll catch up.
I'm there. I'm standing in the background. Even a cardboard cutout of me.
All right. See you later, guys. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Take care.
Connect so with the earth pipe, link up the harmonized, left the termite. Back beyond obsolete blessings, a birthright. We live a language and a lot more in us all worldwide. Cosmic love energy, I go herbicide free, organically, me say worthwhile. Watch the way one of you take term points in terms of definitions and long termite. Yes, I check the eye. One side is defined by one side the other. I.e. I am an idea's man. I assign too much of the qualities of my child. Who's we up talking like this to me? One is a construct, one is a creativity. The supreme one, all encompassing information in and of itself, most definitely. Another life infinitely, most life infinitely. Beyond the scripture, niceness can be. Blessed be. I continually, Mr. Pick up a being as the infinity.